All right, guys, answering. I don't know if it's really answering, but you're cordially invited to look at stupid comments about all this stuff that's going on. I'm a couple days late. I was going to post this stuff earlier, reading some of these comments, but I've been sick doing doctor stuff as usual. So unfortunately, I have real problems, unlike so many of you guys, right? I can only imagine. I mean, we already know the LGBTQ has actually, we've showed that one guy before, claimed he had all the same health problems as me and pretended that he was dying like me for attention. Wow, great community. We're also going to show today LGBTQ pro people, blah, 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 all this shit, championship edition, joking about me dying in a hospital. Wow, what great people. But let's look at this Bridget shit. I thought this was funny. Bridget left the village earlier. She was under no obligation to keep dressing and acting like a girl, but she kept doing it because she liked it. Because that's who she is. It's evident in her character design. She wears a handcuff around her waist to symbolize her village's social expectations, but it doesn't restrain her at all. And it's so loose she could probably take it off if she wanted to. But she doesn't because she likes it. I'm going to be honest. I got no problem. Chain up the girlfriend, the significant other. Maybe she likes being abused. You know what I mean? The handcuffs are loose. A little bit of light choking. You know what I mean? Hey, you do you, right? You know what I mean? Hell, I've told the stories. Man, lately girls have been like, spit on me, daddy. Fuck me and spit on me while you do it. I'm like, damn, you really just want me to fucking spit on you? You know what I mean? You do you, but I mean, we got to be honest. Like, look at this guy. Bridget wears a handcuff because she likes it. She likes being forced to be something. I mean, dude, I don't think that's not even hard to read into. I don't think there's any reading in between the lines. You basically have just said that I fantasize about fucking Bridget and tying her up or her fucking me. I mean, come on. That's not even really reading between the lines, okay? I mean, you do you, but I mean, again, do we even need to read between the lines there, dude? I mean, come on, dude, right? Yes, we know you jack off to Bridget, okay? And you imagine handcuffing her. But she likes to be handcuffed. Fuck me, dude. Come on. I thought this was funny. Unfortunately, I wanted to show this quote, but I guess they removed it. And then they have this one up now. The good. And then the bad. There's a lot of transphobes. It's bad. If you're not seeing them too much, it's because mods have been working hard to keep them at bay. Hundreds of hateful comments are being sent regarding gender expression and dynamics on a regular basis. There's a constant flow of abuse. Why, if you think, the craziest thing is, why, if you think that it's weird that they retconned and changed Bridget's story, are you transphobic now? Are you kidding me? Did you see some of the weird comments like that? And it's unfortunate that one comment was removed because, oh man, do you ever see somebody type something and you can imagine them typing it? And like how it was like so holier than thou, so fake authoritative and patronizing. Again, I should have saved it earlier, but again, I've been sick. So again, I was at hospital again earlier today, but again, real problems, motherfuckers. But, it was something like, I guess there's this whole thing about Bridget only says that they are a girl in the bad ending, right? You know what I mean? And this person was like, all bad endings are basically canon. Arc System knows that everyone that plays video games, everyone will get the bad ending, and they want everyone to know what a girl Bridget is. So that's why they made sure that Bridget talks about being a girl in the bad ending, because the bad ending is the most important. And there was some line, I will forgive you and you are forgiven if you thought that this was strange. But don't worry, bad endings are always canon or whatever. And I was like, forgiven? You will forgive me? And I was like, what a fake. I was like, so patronizing, so fake authoritative. You hear so many, the LGBTQ now, again, it's just a fake religion, a fake cult using something that is supposed to be for good, for evil. The post reminded me of these fake, fighting game players that will constantly say my videos are fake and not real. this is not real. This is not how games work. Remember that fucking Charmander guy? That guy's made so much, talks so much bullshit about everything I do is fake. It's not real. And he acts like he's the Vegito god. And then when you look him up, he goes 0-2 in tournaments. And then he later posts videos that he said of mine were fake as his own, like he's an authority. It just reminded me of people like that, like a fake, you know, authority figure. It was so you could like so patronizing, oozing with it. Like the LGBTQ thinks they're so high and magically above everyone. It's almost like, you know, I often say there's a lot of like fake OGs in the video game community. And they talk about how video games were back in the day, and they have no fucking idea. They weren't around during Street Fighter 2, whatever. And what's more, even if you were a legitimate OG, just because you're an OG doesn't mean you know what you're talking about. Because a lot of OG video game players, guess what? Very rare to meet somebody, like I said, who knows what they're talking about and is actually good. Okay? So, and I should have even used that OG thing for that last video when I was talking about a lot of the LGBTQ now. It's young kids who have no idea what other countries are like. They are not oppressed in America. You are telling fake OG stories of, you know, what the gay community went through many, many years ago that you never lived through. And you're trying to act like you experience it. I mean, I tried to show on my Twitter, but they deleted their post. Someone that is so held down on their fucking Twitter, their coping mechanism is they are a transgender, bisexual lesbian. Can you pick a struggle? Transgender, it's hard to say. Transsexual, bisexual, lesbian. And then they had some post about like, oh, they love that Bridget is finally a girl because, oh my God, they didn't want to be, what? It was so hard for my brain to even, transsexual, bisexual, lesbian. Pick a struggle. But don't tell me I'm heterosexual, because then she got mad. There's no heterosexuality in her whatsoever, but it's totally lesbian, totally bisexual, but nothing. Hey, what the fuck? And then the person tries to post some shit how I am a sore loser after losing in video games. And I'm like, God, who the fuck did I lose to in video games? Didn't I just go on a 4-month win streak? And they deleted their post. Another person that made up some make-believe story that I guess they thought they beat me in video games, or other people beat me in video games. What are you talking about? Transsexual, bisexual, lesbian. That was what she identifies as. Wow, okay. Please go to another country saying that stupid bullshit and see what they think of you. Like I said, it's almost refreshing when I go to other countries and I listen to people make fun of Americans because of people like you. You're a fucking retard. Imagine Clayton's a sore loser for losing to us in video games. What are you talking about? When did I lose? What the fuck are you talking about? My God. Insanity. Like I said, I got to get to this Bridget thing, but I got to keep capping on you guys because it's so fucking ridiculous. Like I said, I got that one girl. I know her in real life. Man, dude. And we've always known that she's gay. And it's like, dude, 100% female. And then she came out and she's like, I'm transgender. Like, oh, wait, you're transgender? And she's like, oh, no, well, I'm 100% female, but I'm transgender. And it's like, what? And she's like, oh, well, I'm a non-transitioning transgender. And it's like, so you identify as a guy or something, but you don't want to have a sex change? And she's like, no, I identify as 100% female, and I'm 100% female, but I'm a non-transitioning transgender, 100% female. He was like, dude, what? And you know what? I'm sure there's some people, hopefully some sane people that... Are you kidding me? I was like, 100% female, identifies as 100% female, non-transitioning transgender. And I was like, okay, whatever, dude. What the fuck, me, dude? But anyway, the Bridget story, and I saw some of these comments about the Bridget story. The bad ending is only when Bridget says they're a girl. And in the good ending, Bridget, if you keep doing the good ending, Bridget keeps talking about struggling. and not wanting to conform to society's things. And people are like, oh yeah, see, that's because Bridget doesn't need to say they're a girl, that they're a boy or whatever, and the good ending, because all the endings are connected. And Bridget has finally realized that after all this struggling internally that they're doing, that they are a girl. So they didn't need to say that. And it's like, what? And they're like, see, it's not a retcon. I'm like, dude, what are you talking about? And I'm like, I got to take off my glasses because it hurts my brain so much. And I'm like, if that is the story you are saying, why during the whole story is Bridget talking about I'm struggling with not wanting to be what society wants me to be? Society is trying to force Bridget to be a girl throughout their entire Guilty Gear XX storyline. XX reload / accent core plus. You know, there were storylines for all these games too. They all had their own individual storyline. It just wasn't XX had a storyline. Accent core has a storyline. All, like, you know, the story modes, whatever, right? Bridget was always struggling to try to prove that they were a guy despite society wanting them to be a girl. So if your logic, which we already know you're not very fucking rational, you know what I mean? If your logic is that, yeah, Bridget's story is they're struggling with themselves because they're struggling with society wants them to be a girl and they want to be a girl too? What? What do you, that's not a struggle then. The society wants them to be a girl. And if they want to be a girl, that's not a struggle. What are you talking about? What struggle is it? That's totally flipped around. It doesn't make any sense. And people are saying that's what she meant in the thing. You got me fucking saying, you fucking weirdos. You know what I mean? No, that's what she meant. It's like, dude, what the fuck are you talking about? The whole storyline is I'm being forced to dress like a girl, but I want to prove that I'm a man. That was the story of Bridget, dude. And you're like, no, her story's about her just struggling to prove that she's a girl. What? Who's she struggling with against? Because everyone was for her being a girl in her society. That was the whole thing. There's no struggle then. Everyone is like accepting. They're like, yeah, we want you to be a girl. No, can I be a girl? Yeah, we want you to be a girl. No, can I be a girl? Yes, we're literally forcing you to dress up as like a girl. No. Well, what are you talking about? It doesn't make any fucking sense. Are you fucking retarded? Don't answer that. Are you kidding me? Anyway, I mean, it sounds retarded, but of course they're doing it for money. You know what I mean? But anyway, what were some other things that I saw? Oh my God, Bridget likes being handcuffed. Oh my God, fuck me. Then of course we see the Guilty Gear Discord. You know, oh, he's literally vying for attention, and here we are giving it to him. Yes, I know you guys constantly talk about me all the time. I did make a joke he legit got upset about after this, but at this point it's hard to believe what he says when he straight up lies about me. Where do I straight up lie about Kwash? I mean, Kwash is such a fucking idiot. I blocked you for being two-faced. Get over it, motherfucker. I blocked you for being two-faced. And someone was like, well, maybe he's mad that, you know, you talked about beating all these guys, you know, years ago in tournaments, but you didn't beat him specifically. Wow. Well, maybe you weren't good enough to play me in the finals, you fucking idiots. I don't care. You care way more than I do. Maybe you just weren't fucking good enough to meet me in the finals. I don't fucking know, dude. Get over it. Fucking baby. I blocked your ass, what, 2 years ago? Because I saw you were two-faced. You're still talking about me. Look at this. This one is very funny. Wow, you're joking about me on a respirator in the ER. Wow, isn't the LGBTQ, aren't these guys so great? Battle of the Gods, Kwash vs. Clayton's respirator. Wow, man. I love when people are mauled to the point of insanity. Yeah, Clayton is so desperate. Dude, you guys have been talking about me for fucking 20 years. 20 years, right? Because I won my first tournament in... God, over 20 years ago, right? Yeah. Definitely over 20 years ago, right? So, man, the video game community has always been so fucking weird, dude. He's taking clickbait to a whole new level. Clayton desperate for clicks. If I'm desperate for clicks, I'm not doing a very good job. I've always done my own thing, dude. If I was desperate for clicks, why didn't I make more Strive videos? Why don't I do all these other video games? Maybe you guys are desperate. And of course, and we can show this too. Again, Kwash and all these other guys. You know, I actually looked up Kwash's matches. Kwash is another guy who, dude, Kwash has played the game more, has played more video games of just plus R whatever than I have played in my entirety of video games in the past 12 years, whatever it was. We looked it up. I looked up just that guy's ranked matches or something like that. Not just player matches, but ranked matches. That guy has played more ranked matches than I have played Guilty Gear in like 12 years. You guys have devoted you're not as good as me. Until you have surgery on your hands, let's look at just, I mean, this is actually serious. Until you have surgery on your hands, you know what it's like to be dying. Teach yourself to walk again. Like seriously, until you motherfuckers start winning tournaments, surgery on your hands, have to teach yourself to play on new controllers, are in and out of the hospital, doctors telling you could die, teach yourself to walk again. I want you to win all these tournaments then without practicing. Until you motherfuckers do that, you're not as good as me, dude. And you never will be. You guys still, we're talking about retconning stuff. You guys try to retcon that all these tournaments that I won, like, don't exist. These tournaments just aren't real. Do you remember Evo? I went on a 1-year win streak, basically, my first year of disability. People forget that. And do you remember at Evo, they made me play on a projector screen? Do you think I'm the only one that said that? Other people have said that too. Oh, wow, more tournaments that I won. They're fake. We're retconning this. Let's not believe it. Oh, wow. I mean, doesn't Jake still play? Oh, Kenji? I mean, who do you think? Oh, God, remember after radiation and all this kind of stuff, Kenji? Who was the guy teaching all you motherfuckers how Guilty Gear even worked after I won the tournament? Oh, wow, Elvin Shadow, all these guys, Kenji. Man, Josh, I still laugh at that Josh the Funk doc of him crying at that tournament. Fucking idiot. My hair's all coming out. I started wearing a hat because all my hair's coming out, dude. Wow, more guys. Kenji. Elvin Shadow. Kenji again. I mean, dude, do we need to show even more pictures? Because there's more, but I know it hurts you guys' feelings, dude. You guys will never do what I've done in video games with what I've gone through in my life. You guys are not as good as me, dude. It's just, I mean, if you guys were so good at video games, you would not be the ones that are actually sieving and molding. You know what I mean? Who is the one that is actually rent-free here, dude? Clayton is so desperate for clicks as you talk about me year after year after year, day after day after day, lie after lie after lie, retconning history of events. If you guys were so good, you would not be so desperate to cancel somebody that doesn't even play anymore. Desperate for a chance to beat someone who doesn't play anymore. Who is the one that is mad here, dude? Sounds like it's you. Anyway, if you like the videos, like, sub, comment, share, support the channel if you want. I appreciate it. Thanks. The end.